Think Tech Hawaii. Civil engagement lives here.
Aloha and mabuhay. My name is Emmy Ortega Anderson, and I want to welcome you to another edition of Pinoy Power Hawaii. But before we do that, I'd like to thank again the wonderful staff of Think Tech Hawaii for their wonderful support and for allowing us to have this show to cover the topics and concerns that affects Filipinos in Hawaii. Today we have a very special guest, and she's a lady of all trades, if I may call her that. She is related to me, and it is a pleasure to have with us Leilani Arambuyutan Tanaka. So, Cousin Leilani, welcome to our show, Pinoy Power Hawaii.
Aloha and good morning, Miss Emmy Manangko. Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure and honor.
Thank you for taking the time to join us. I know that you have a full plate and a full schedule, but I couldn't wait to share your very empowering and inspiring story. So let's begin by telling us a little bit more about you so that we could get to know you a little bit closer and personal. And if you need to speak Ilocano, you are entitled to do that. So go ahead, tell us your story.
Yes, it's my pleasure to share my story for everyone. I came from a poor, simple, but hardworking, humble, and a God-fearing family. And my mom, as the eldest, because of poverty, she has to stop going to school at the age of 12. So she just finished intermediate. And at that age, she had to help the whole family. They were farmers, so she had to go to the farm with the family, with my grandparents, and harvest. And at the same time, they go to the wet market and sell all these veggies. So instead of going to school, she did that for a long time. She never went back to school.
So nagbalin nga nagtaltalon.
Nagtaltalon.
Ititawen na nga 12.
Yes. And would you imagine, cousin, so there are 8 in the family.
Wow.
Yes, 4 girls and 4 boys, and she is the eldest. So she has to do everything and for survival.
Yes, the burden
Yes.
fell on her of
Yes.
taking care and also helping the family.
Yes. And indeed, she did that to survive with the whole family and the siblings. At an early age, she was employed as a sales lady and a housemaid at the same time.
So that's like a double job, yeah?
Double job, yes. And so she had the dream to be determined and fulfilled for the whole family. So she started small kitchenwares and glassware business with her experience. And she was able to make it at an early age.
With her determination and hard work.
Determination, yes, with the help also of the siblings, yeah. So all the siblings went to help her out with the business.
So it became a family affair.
Yeah,
So
it was.
Is your mom your role model for your success, being that you watch her grow up and struggle?
Yes.
And from poverty, she was determined to make it.
Yes. She is indeed my inspiration to work hard for the betterment of the whole family. And I grew up in the farm with my grandparents, of course. We live with the whole family of my mom. And I went to the farm with my grandfather, Ricardo, agmuriski kami, garado kami, agnateng kami. We harvest all those veggies and go to the wet market and sell them too. And at the same time, we were doing the business of my mom. And then along the way, my dad came, and he was a troublemaker at the age of 20. They got married really early, 1972. And I was the first fruit of their love, 1973.
So you're also the eldest?
The eldest.
Okay.
That's why I am more inspired and challenged with the life that we had in the past.
So listening to your story, just like history repeats itself, being that your mom was the eldest, she was burdened with the responsibility of making sure that the family of 8 succeeded.
Yes.
And in your case, you're also the eldest. So you can relate to the struggles and all this hardship that your mother went through. And in your life, it sort of mirrors her life mirrors your life.
It's a true story, cousin.
True story.
Yes.
Okay. I was really, really inspired. Of course, our show today is titled Second Chances, being able to have the second chance at life. Kasla datay panakariing wano awakening.
Right.
Yeah. And let's move forward a little bit from your really hard upbringing. So.
Yes, so it was a hard life in the beginning, but because of the hard works of my parents, we were able to survive. And I'm so blessed and thankful for my mom and dad for that hard works that they gave to us, all the sacrifices. My dad also started to have his trucking business along the way with my mom's business. So she boomed her business into 5 branches of the kitchenwares and glasswares, and she named it Edita's Glassware and General Merchandise.
So you grow up watching your mom work hard, and eventually that family business grew. And today, your mom is still very successful in doing that.
Yes, she is, and we were able to
Survive
with that.
With her ingenuity and entrepreneurship, right?
Yes, and it made my dad realize the importance of having the determination and perseverance,
and working
because
together.
He was a troublemaker in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he woke up.
Yes.
Nagriing.
Yes, because of my mom.
Yeah. Inspirasyon kan dagiti adong example ni mamam ket naulukoy ti riknana. He was able to better himself by the wonderful examples of your hardworking and industrious mom.
Yes, that's why he was usually tell about us every time, oh, don't do that, make your mom your model, because she is, and up to this day she is.
I can relate to that because my mother was also, she's the reason why I'm here, because of her determination.
Yes.
And as a single mother, I am so appreciative of her resilience, her determination, her will to want to succeed. In light of poverty, we survive. So let's fast forward. Since life was very difficult in the Philippines, you had a dream.
I had a dream. Well, that time, I finished a Bachelor's of Science in Pharmacy. Along with my siblings, they finished also college, and I was able to work first in Lawag City as a pharmacist. And in a few years, I started my own business. And I called my drugstore Lay Pharma Drugstore. And it lasted for 8 years. Very successful. And then I got married.
Okay.
All right. And then I didn't realize that when you get married, there are a lot of things to consider. And a lot of experiences that you don't expect that come along the way. And it melted my heart, especially when my other half turned himself into a womanizer and a drug addict. And I gave him chance many times because after all, I chose him. I was 27 when I got married, and I thought it was the best and the right age to get married because
Right, you weren't too young.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you're too young, you cannot. If you're too old, then it's gonna be
Sometimes too late.
too late. Then you won't see your children if you would have kids or not. You know. Well, it was hard, and then there was a time also that my pharmacy business became so slow because of the construction of the new public market in Batak. Yeah, I was blocked with all the construction, like the one going on right now. I know.
You can relate to
yes,
the
I
rail.
can relate to the
sort
rail,
of.
and
Yes.
it's really going on right now with all the businesses closing in town. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, so
and I had to
think of other ways to
yes, move forward.
move forward. Yes. Okay.
Although it was hard for me because I have children. I have 2 children at that time, Matthew and Zarlane. And I was also having my 3rd pregnancy, Lee Cheyenne, my 3rd baby. And I was 2 months pregnant. But I had to do something, and it was so quick enough that my working visa was approved to come to the USA.
Yeah, as a professional, you saw that this was your ticket to come to Hawaii to improve your way of living.
Right.
So tell us about that.
When I came first to Hawaii, so I came earlier than my contract. So I landed to Honolulu first to see all my relatives, the Domingos. Of course, you're part
Yeah,
of
our relatives. Okay.
I hope I met you back then, Manang Emmy. And so I had all the welcome party and everything, yeah. So I had that like a tourist kind welcoming and everything. That was in 2005, and I thank everybody for that. And then to wait my contract there in the mainland, California, I had to work for a living. And I worked 3-4 jobs at a time. I was a secretary of Forex Cargo. I was a cook, a waitress of this grill restaurant.
Okay.
I was a salesperson all the way to Palolo Valley, and I have to catch the city bus. And my big tummy.
And you were pregnant.
And pregnant, and I was doing like this in the bus with everybody. Oh, man lang timang ipatugaw king ka. So I experienced a lot of hard work in here. I think it's because you want something to happen. That's why you have to take everything.
You want to make things better.
Yes, make things better. And then I
Okay.
had to move to California and do my pharmacy job.
Hold that thought for a moment. We will be right back here on Pinoy Power Hawaii. Our topic for today is second chances. We're having a conversation with Leilani Arambuyotan Tanaka. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Dave Stevens, host of the Cyber Underground. This is where we discuss everything that relates to computers that's just going to scare you out of your mind. So come join us every week here on thinktechhawaii.com, 1 p.m. on Friday afternoons. And then you can go see all our episodes on YouTube. Just look up the Cyber Underground on YouTube. All our shows will show up, and please follow us. We're always giving you current, relevant information to protect you, keeping you safe. Aloha.
Hello.
My name is Stephanie Mock, and I'm one of 3 hosts of Think Tech Hawaii's Hawaii Food and Farmer Series. Our other hosts are Matt Johnson and Pamai Weigert, and we talk to those who are in the fields and behind the scenes of our local food system. We talk to farmers, chefs, restaurateurs, and more to learn more about what goes into sustainable agriculture here in Hawaii. We are on Thursdays at 4 p.m., and we hope we'll see you next time.
Welcome back to the second portion of our show, Pinoy Power Hawaii. Our topic for today is second chances. Again, my name is Emmy Ortega Anderson, the host for Pinoy Power Hawaii. Our guest is my cousin, Leilani Arimboyutan Tanaka, formerly of Batak, Ilocos Norte. So she's sharing with us her struggles and her trials and tribulations, and how she ended up coming to Hawaii to live the American dream. It didn't come easy because listening to the story she had just shared, she landed in this foreign land and determined to make it work. So you had 3 jobs, right?
Right.
From packing cargo boxes, which is common to Filipinos, and then waitressing. The other one is
Sales lady.
a sales lady, and on top of that, you were pregnant with Ian.
Yes.
So, and you didn't drive, so you
No.
were relying on the city transportation.
Yes.
Pregnant and all. Sometimes the bus is so crowded that you have to stand with your big tummy, right?
I did that.
So you did all that struggle, and you probably didn't think that you would suffer or go through those trials because, you know, hey, you're in Hawaii, paradise, right? The land of milk and honey. So things are supposed to be a lot different, a lot easier here in Hawaii. So continue and tell us about your journey.
Well, cousin, was in California with my pharmacy job because that was the job offer there. And finally, my in-laws who were living in Kailua-Kona invited me to you
come
better
back.
come in Hawaii, Kona, and we can take care of you. A lot better. You can save money, and we have your dad. He can take you to work and everything like that. So I was able to transfer, and I work in Walmart pharmacy as a technician too. And along with that, I also work at the same time in King Kamehameha Hotel. And at night, I work in the Ohana Cash and Wear. So I was working.
So again, you came back to Hawaii and
I work at a lot of
still
jobs.
working numerous jobs to make it.
Yes.
On top of that, you know, thinking that you're going to have an easy time, you had to do other things when you got home.
Right.
Right?
Yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, going back was very stormy. I was living with my ex-in-laws, and my mother-in-law would always ask me, "Anati si data Lani?" She would ask me what to eat today. That's every day, you know. And then I go right away to the kitchen and wear
Your
my
apron.
apron. And good enough that my father-in-law would be there to help me out. But that was the daily task of me with her.
So in other words,
For 1 year. Yes.
you were like a Cinderella.
Yes, I could say I was a Cinderella. Well, I would do that because they're old and I want to help them too. But then there were a lot of times that she would treat me really unruly and I cannot take it. She would blame me with all this, with all these problems of
Your marriage.
my marriage. Yeah, because that's the mom of my husband. And there was also a time that she was belittling my mom. She was talking behind me
Right.
and telling people that true enough that my mom, would you imagine, my mom was employed to her.
At one point.
She was the one. She was the owner and manager of the store that my mom
Used to work for.
used to work for
Oh, okay.
when she was young. That's
All
why she
right.
was telling, Deta Edita, nakabakbak ng meten, katulong ko lang Deta Edi.
Wow, like demeaning her, right?
Yes.
Yeah, putting her down.
Yes, and I was, I was teary-eyed when I learned about that through my friends. My friends in the coffee farm. I used to pick coffee too on Saturday, Sundays, on my off. Malamlamukak kasin.
So,
I did
talagang nagrigrigat ka.
Yes.
So, again, I understand all your hardship and all these trials and hardship that came your way. Let's fast forward because today I want to focus on your success as the owner and manager of Life is Music, and you also have a care home, Blossom Foster Care. And all these are part of your success, part of your awakening, part of you being given the second chances. Let's talk about your values as to why you became so successful that people come after you and ask you for your services.
Well, thank you very much, Kasin. And you're part of this success. I want to thank you personally because you were there when I was starting, remember? You would take me to all these places and meet people that this lady can sing, can entertain you. And I was having a good time with you that time, and thank you so much.
Oh, we are happy that you found your niche.
Yes, because I was also given a chance to have a show at KPRP Kapamilya.
Yes.
I was doing the Lehua Blossom Show.
Yes,
In
yes,
your
yes.
radio station,
And-
the most powerful. And thank you. It really helped a lot, and it inspired me that you're here. Your persona did a lot for me also, Cousin. You don't even know about that. My queen.
Well, you are very, very successful, and I'm so happy for your success. And your children are here now.
Yes,
so that's
yes.
part of your happy ending, that you were able to unite your family together because of your determination, your willingness to work hard and take on these jobs, menial jobs, but they help. They're a very important part of your success. Yeah, and you weren't picky. You were able to complete this job because it was a very important aspect or integral part of your success and your well-being. And by hard work, your 3 children are now united with you.
Yes, thank you so much. And well, I have to flashback a little bit. So I was divorced after those the failed marriage.
Yes,
And I didn't realize that I would do that. But it was my dad who convinced me, what are you doing to your life? You're
Right.
not getting any
He woke you
younger."
up.
He woke me up. Mabaling ka nga ipatakderan ti monumental mon anak ko. That's what my dad
Right,
told me.
right.
Because, hey, wake up, 8 years of marriage. It's not going.
Right.
You're the only one supporting them. He's not making any money.
Right, right.
You know, I was just
So you were the
sending,
main breadwinner, kept
Yes.
sending money to the
He
Philippines?
would ask me, can you send me every week? Can you send me every week? I have a lot of receipts until this days. I think I still have those receipts. A lot, cousins. And it made me realize that this is the time to change everything for me. Although I'm not in my 20s, 30s already. I'm in my 40s, and so I went ahead and did my divorce with him. It was so very hard for me to open up to my children.
Right.
And up to these days, I kind of
get teary-eyed.
Yes,
Yeah.
because nobody wants a divorce.
Right,
yes,
right.
You would always certainly want to unite with that person who broke your heart, but it's just enough. It's enough.
It's hard to turn back sometimes
Yeah.
because of all the hurt,
Yeah.
all those hurtful things that's been done in your life. Sometimes you cannot take back.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's fast forward again, and you met a very special man, and I can say that because you work hard together and you blend well together. He's very supportive of what you do. In fact, I believe you convinced him to join you in the business that you're in. Tell us quickly about how your very wonderful marriage is working, along with Stephen being such a wonderful father figure to your children.
Yes, right now I am happily married to this guy, Stephen Tanaka, and he's so awesome, very loving, considerate, supportive, and everything that you want to see to him, he has it. He's been there for me from the very start. And when I was ailing, he was there and he met me, and I said, I'm not ready for any relationship. But he said, so it's been a year and past, and he said, you need to
Move on.
You move on to have a better life, he said. And I said, are you sure? I have 3 trophies.
Your children.
Yes. Can you accept them? And he said, yes. I don't need a single woman.
So Stephen was like your knight in a shining armor. He was he immediately became in love with you for the person that you are.
I tell me about it, yes, Kasin. He wanted to marry me right away, but I said, hold on, you know, in the Philippines, but we have this, you could be my suitor first for a year at least, I said. So we did that to hold on. He held it.
To follow the tradition.
Yes, he did that. Actually,
okay,
and we finally met, and
yes,
everything was history. But to summarize,
yes, we have a minute to wrap up. Tell us about your values and how happy you are that you are finally doing the things that you're passionate about with your children. Your children are here. They're so wonderful. I'm so proud of them that they too have become a very important part of your success in your business.
Yes, I want to thank my children, Matthew, Zarlane, and Lisha, for being there. Mga anak, you've been helping your mom and your uncle, and I appreciate. Yes. I told them it's not only about being successful, but it's being a real person to everybody, and they have to value life instead of
just focusing on the money.
Yeah, just focusing, and instead of giving up, you have to value your career, your profession, and the people that you work with. And you have to value kids, the hard works that I did for all of you. It's not easy. You have to value the word humility, and above all, you have to value the words of God.
Wow, very powerful ingredients in making a successful life in your marriage, of course your extended family, but most of all being a great example to your children by teaching them these wonderful values of life that help to carry you through, and also being a very successful business owner and giving back, being given second chances, and that's what it's all about here. To be able to enjoy life and to live your American dream.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're a great example. I salute you for that. I know that you're enjoying your life's passion, and we salute you.
Thank you so much.
Again, we want to thank you for tuning in to Think Tech Hawaii, our show, Pinoy Power Hawaii. I am your host, Emmy Ortega Anderson, thanking you once again for joining us, with our guest, Leilani Arimbuyutan Tanaka, for sharing with us her very successful and empowering story. So until next time, we aim to enrich, enlighten, educate, entertain, and empower. Mabuhay, and maraming salamat po.